It's the fancy-looking Fusion 5? No, it ain't. It's Gillette's best shave. And its ultra-sharp blades last 50% longer. Hey, Joe, come feel my cheeks.
Dad.
Gillette, the best a man can get.
Keeps getting better.
I'm a stickler for good dental care.
Me too.
Ooh, looking sharp today. But even if we take care of our teeth, we can still get,
Don't say it,
a big dental bill. That's why dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company is important. It helps pay for over 400 procedures, all with no deductibles and no annual maximums. Call or visit physiciansmutualdental.com for your free info kit with all the details. Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
The World Baseball Classic. It's about pride, passion, country.
Small country, big dreams.
For some, it's about redemption.
See the emotions right there.
For all of us, it's
Expect everything.
They're feeling real good tonight inside of Estadio Quisqueya, Juan Marichal and Santo Domingo. The capital is ready, and so are we. Bottom three, Tigers and the Dominican Republic tie 3-3. And it appears that we are going totally rogue in this game. We're playing showcase rules. Ty Madden is back in the game after Matt Seelinger came in to get the last out in the second. So Ty Madden's final line is going to be all sorts of screwed up, but what it tells us is that maybe he's ticketed for the starting rotation in AAA.
Well, I mean, they're definitely stretching him out. He is a starting pitcher, but you're going to think twice now when you put the the final line on whatever pitcher comes out of this ball game.
Make sure you're writing pencil. Of course, I've got pens all over the place. So Seelinger struck out Soto, and now Guerrero, who struck out to end the first, keeps it even 2-2.
This is just something that teams can do over the course of spring training, and obviously in this exhibition game, Seelinger came in to kind of finish the inning for Madden, but Madden's allowed to come back and start the following inning to try to get some length, get that work in. This is all kind of per spring training rules. That way that pitchers can get their work in, but teams don't feel the need to let someone be out there and kind of worry.
The last time Ty Madden took a mound in a real game was the 2024 wild card in Cleveland. That was October 5th. The series that the Guardians won, and then the Tigers returned the favor last year. Another 2-2 to Vladdy. Kind of broken his bat, and Madden takes care of it on his own. And I'm wondering if that's ever happened to him before, where he's been taken out of a game and told, sit tight, you're going right back in.
It's probably the first time, but yeah, like you said, I mean, I'm sure when he came out of the game, that was the conversation with AJ as far as hey, just sit tight. You're going to go back into the game for that third inning.
There's Manny, who started that third inning with a walk. Rounds this one to the left side. Keith recovers after stumbling and throws out his counterpart. One pitch, one away.
And Manny going after the first pitch here, grounding to third. Keith does a nice job keeping his feet underneath him. We did see there was some rain a little bit early on. We've seen a couple of guys slip on the field. So a little slick out there.
I think it was McKinstry who had the little whoopsie-daisy going around second. Here's Junior Caminero. Line drive scorched, and by McKinstry into center. So Junior Caminero's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. And he's jacked up.
Yeah, this ball was rocketed up the middle. I mean, no chance. You know, really, McKinstry just had the only way to be able to try to knock that ball down, but I mean, it was by him before he even reacted.
I think he found the camera, too. He knew exactly where to look. Junior Caminero built for television.
Well, he did hit that game-winning home run for Albert Pujols in the Escogido in winter ball a couple years ago that, you know, it took him about 5 minutes to round the bases.
Not that anybody was timing or anything. Here's Julio Rodriguez hoping for a faster first half. He's been prone to some slow starts the last couple of years. But boy, when he gets going, he can carry the Mariners.
Yeah, that's a good point, Greg. You know, that's something that players do think about. They know, like, if they have had slow starts either, you know, early on in the season or, you know, something if they can't tend to finish a season off or like kind of taper off towards the season, that's something going into the following year you're always kind of conscious of and trying to make better. But you can see him, he's, you know, he's got power at all fields, and he's able to, you know, take the pitch, take the ball wherever it's pitched, and, you know, whether it's in, middle, away, he can take it left, center, right, and just has the ability to be a very dynamic offensive player.
He is an equal opportunity slugger. 17 of those home runs going to the left side. And his third All-Star team last year. And one of the first faces you see when you get into the Seattle-Tacoma airport, his face is on a billboard for Alaska Airlines. So whenever you get into Seattle, first person you see is Julio Rodriguez. He's the mayor. 2-2. Looked like he overcooked it. What's encouraging, despite the results, and he's looked okay, is that Ty Madden feels strong enough to get out there and give them more than 50 pitches tonight.
Yeah, I think, you know, he's definitely stretching out because he is, you know, going to be one of the starters in Toledo and adds depth to this starting rotation for the Tigers.
Runner on the move, another walk. So that's 4 of them now, given out by Tigers pitching.
And I think for Ty Madden, you know, the work this spring, you know, really is to show that he's, you know, wants to be one of the guys called upon once if there's ever a need or somebody needs a, you know, a blow. really had, when he first came up, you know, it was all about, you know, his little bit wild, you know, his ability to be able to fill up the zone, and over the last several seasons really has honed in his mechanics to be very consistent with his release point, to be able to stay in the zone and get the swings and misses after getting ahead of hitters.
Got a nice look at Wencel Perez, and on 1-2 he's got no chance. That thing faded away. And Dominguez ends the inning with a strikeout, but the Tigers are back on top.
All right, so guys, just smile and say, switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes and get an iPhone 17 on them, no trade-in needed.
Why can't we just say cheese?
Okay, cheese.
Now you can switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes and get a new iPhone 17 on us. No trade-in needed.
AMC is the new home of TNA Thursday Night Impact,
We are witnessing a golden era.
where drama goes next level.
It will be carnage.
TNA Thursday Night Impact, every Thursday at 9 on AMC. Stream on AMC+.
At Avocado, comfort isn't just how it's made, it's how it makes you feel. Our green mattress is certified organic, handcrafted, and built for lasting, healthy sleep. And with the Eco-Organic mattress, comfort is more accessible than ever. No compromises. 2 mattresses, 1 mission. Comfort you can trust. Every purchase gives back through 1% for the planet. Discover organic comfort at avocadomattress.com or a local retailer. Avocado, dream of better.
I'm a stickler for good dental care.
Me too.
Ooh, looking sharp today. But even if we take care of our teeth, we can still get,
Don't say it.
a big dental bill. That's why dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company is important. It helps pay for over 400 procedures, all with no deductibles and no annual maximums. Call or visit physiciansmutualdental.com for your free info kit with all the details.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Your dog is bored, trapped inside because of your weed killer. But now, there's Spruce, the pet-friendly weed and grass killer. Spruce works differently by dehydrating to the roots for dead weeds in just 1 day. So go ahead, let the dogs out with Spruce, pet-friendly, weed deadly.
The power of baseball goes beyond the field. Together. 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 Together.
Our WBC exhibitions continue tomorrow. Tune in at 2 p.m. Eastern for a rematch of these teams when the Tigers square off against the loaded DR team once again. That's tomorrow at 2 Eastern, right here on MLB Network. Back with Alex Avila, I'm Greg Caserta. Our entire crew is so happy to be with you as we turn the page to the bottom of the 4th, and 9-1-2 here for the Dominican Republic. Starting with the switch hitter Geraldo Perdomo. Perdomo, a fielder's choice RBI in that 3-run second for the Dominican Republic. And then in the top of this inning, the sac fly from Riley Green. And it's 4-3 Detroit. Tatis and Marte to follow. So no changes in the lineup. And that's something, too, I think we touched on it earlier, Alex, is that you're getting the full Dominican Republic squad here, whereas the Tigers, you're seeing a few more minor league guys, especially on the pitching side.
Yeah, well, there's some games still going on back in Lakeland for the Tigers as well, so kind of a split squad situation. But, you know, with a lot of their major league players, you know, making the trip as well, a lot of minor league guys coming over to make this trip to help out.
Perdomo on the ground, right side, past the diving McKinstry. It's a leadoff base hit here in the 4th.
And a lot of those guys are going to get an opportunity to play in a great atmosphere against a very good team with this Dominican team trying to get ready for the WBC. But Grant Herter right here gets the ground ball like he typically does, but perfectly placed, nice piece of hitting right there by Perdomo to stay with that off-speed pitch and drive it the other way.
What's funny is we figured that the Dominican Republic would bring all the firepower, but 5 singles. All their hits have just gotten through. That's Perdomo's first, and now Nando trying to change that deep to left field and off the base of the wall. Green's got to get it in. Perdomo got a great jump. He's on his way in. Tie ball game.
A little foreshadowing on your part there, Greg. I mean, you're talking about the firepower that this Dominican team can provide, and Nando kind of jumping on that first pitch off speed over the plate and doing a really nice job of getting the bat head out over the plate, just off the wall. He maybe thought he had it, but like you said, Perdomo with a great jump, knowing that ball was going to be burning Riley Green in left, gets a great jump and ends up scoring all the way from first base on that double off the wall.
That ball was hit so hard it couldn't go higher. And what a read from Perdomo at first. He scores no problem. And now with a runner on the move. Actually, Tatis just bluffing at second. But that got his attention. As you get a look at Herter after surrendering the game-tying double. So Nando's been on all 3 times, an RBI double, a walk, and a single.
Now Herter's got to be careful right here. 2-0 to Marte. Marte hitting from the right side. This is his power side. He's got a lot more power from the right side than he does the left side.
Many people standing inside of Estadio Quisqueya. We got Soto, the lefty, on deck. And then the murderer's row of righties. Not really sure what they're expecting out of Brant Herter tonight in terms of pitch count. But maybe they go to the bullpen once you get past Soto in the on-deck circle. 2-1. And Marte leaning a bit.
Yeah, nice job by Herter there to get back into the count after 2-0. Throws him a really good sinker to get the foul ball just off the barrel of the plate of the bat there, and then a good cutting slider right there, kind of in on his hands to get back into that count.
A little lean right there from Marte. They tied the game with a sac fly back in the second. Now a chance to score Fernando and give the Dominican Republic their first lead. 3-2. Lined into center, but right at Clark. And now he's going to test the arm, and Fernando steals it. That's beautifully done. Great tag, and I don't think Clark was expecting it.
Well, this just heads up base running by Nando. I mean, the ball is hit on a line from Marte, but knowing that it's going to be backing up, Clark actually does a nice job, plays it the right way, but on a line drive like that straight to center field, Nando, knowing it's going to be backing him up, figures that if he gets back to second quick enough, he could use his speed to get to third.
I could watch that base running display on a loop. That was brilliant, start to finish. Soto with a big cut for strike one. And plenty of options here for Soto. Tigers with the infield in. So far tonight, Juan is struck out and flat out to right. Clark peering in from center. McGonigal, the other top prospect, up the middle at short. And the 0-1 is drilled to right. Back on it, Perez looking up, and it's out of here. I think the party started.
Well, I mean, Herter right here tries to get a sinker in on Soto, and Soto was kind of all over it, gets that bat head out, kind of in that nitro zone, down and into a lefty right there, and absolutely destroys this baseball. But how about the energy in that crowd after this home run? You know, taking his time around the bases, soaking it in. The place was going nuts. You kind of foreshadowed at the beginning, you know, five singles for this Dominican team. Where was the power? Where it's definitely showed up in this inning.
431 feet on the Soto smash. And the Dominican Republic's taken over in the capital. The loud double from Tatis to tie it. And now the go-ahead two-run shot. And it looks like they've shuffled the order here because it should be Vladdy up next. But it's Manny Machado. Oh, we missed Vladdy lining out quickly to center. So Manny at the plate. Again, we saw some trickery with the pitching alignment. I thought it was very possible that they were switching spots in the order. So Guerrero, amazingly, the cleanup hitter 0 for 3, but his team has a 6-4 lead. And he's walked and scored. Last time up, he grounded out to third.
You know what it is, Greg? We were admiring the home run and the celebration so much that we completely missed an at-bat.
I mean, I was soaking it all up, and now Machado unloads deep left field. Manny has left the building. For those of you wondering what the Dominican Winter League is like, sometimes it's like this.
Man, that's just a picture-perfect swing from the right side. Manny Machado, one of the most beautiful swings you'll see from the right side. Gets a breaking ball up in the zone, kind of sitting on that pitch, gets under it, and just a moonshot to left center field. And like you said, Greg, I mean, that place is rocking. I mean, this is like their World Series right now.
And now Junior Caminero to right field. Caminero, yes, sir!
Look, if there's something that'll get you fired up, it's the atmosphere at this place right now. And these guys are really feeding off the energy of this crowd. And it just shows you how much baseball means to this country. But Caminero takes a fastball to the opposite field. He's got power to all fields, no doubt. Brent Herter doesn't give up a lot of home runs throwing that sinker, but in this scenario, has left the ball up, and the Dominican team has made him pay.
Alex, he had given up 8 home runs as a big leaguer over parts of 2 seasons. He's been chased from the game by giving up 3 in this inning. Soto, and then Machado and Caminero back to back. The Dominican Republic has arrived in the 4th. Tigers go to the bullpen. We're back for some more chaos after the break.
Thought they were cooling off on the sidelines? Well, they're just getting warmed up.
Surprise, DirecTV got hot. Hey, you know, I played in high school.
Really?
Well, I went to high school. I didn't go to high school.
Anyway, it's never been easier to keep up with your favorite sports on live TV and streaming apps.
So hot.
Wait, there's no ice in yours.
Why would I ruin a perfectly good bath?
Let's go.
Degree Clinical 5X. Protection for 5 types of sweat? Let's see. No sweat. No sweat. No sweat. Personal questions getting too personal? No sweat. Time to give them a show they didn't ask for. See? No sweat. New Degree Clinical 5X, the strongest degree ever.
ACE's YardRx program prescribes the best lawn care, specific to your yard's needs, delivered every season. Because when you want greener grass, less weeds, and fewer bugs, you can get a personalized prescription delivered free from the helpful folks at ACE. Subscribe now and save 20% on everything you need all year. From
Brennan Hanafy is the new pitcher for the Tigers. He started Julio Rodriguez with strike 1, trying to calm this crowd down, and if he makes this play, he will. Hanafy, nice play to get Rodriguez and close out a frantic bottom of the 4th. The DR started teeing off 3 home runs and an 8-4 lead.
Thought they were cooling off on the sidelines? Well, they're just getting warmed up.
Surprise! DirecTV got hot. Hey, you know I played in high school?
Really?
Well, I went to high school. I didn't go to high school.
Anyway, it's never been easier to keep up with your favorite sports on live TV and streaming apps.
So hot.
Wait, there's no ice in yours.
Why would I ruin a perfectly good bath?
Wow, Allie, you're obsessed with Olive Garden's tender braised beef tortelloni. And we're obsessed with your 5-paragraph petition demanding its return. Fan favorites are back for a limited time, starting at $12.99. But unlike that petition, it won't go on forever.
Advil liquid gels are faster and stronger than Tylenol rapid release gels. Also from Advil, Advil Targeted Relief, the only topical with 4 powerful pain-fighting ingredients that start working on contact and lasts up to 8 hours.
Here we go. 5, 4.
At MLB Network, covering baseball isn't just what we do, it's who we are.
You're about to be entertained and amazed. So I just want to show you a few at-bats, because it was incredible.
Connecting fans to the game is in our DNA.
Welcome, everyone, to MLB Tonight, the national pregame show. We added 2 new pitches this year.
In season.
Hello, family.
Off season.
Every day we hand out Cy Young awards.
Every season.
That's how we do it here.
This is MLB Network, the home of baseball.
Fresh look, open book, anything is possible, yeah, we are bringing it now.
Fourth inning fireworks from the Dominican Republic. Juan Soto. 2 batters later, Manny Machado. And then Junior Caminero going back-to-back. They send 8 to the plate and come away with 5 runs on 5 hits. The Dominican Republic has taken over. And now Carlos Estevez is the new pitcher on for the top of the 5th, working with a 4-run lead.
Yeah, how about the energy? I mean, that's just, I'm already exhausted, and we're in the 5th inning.
Well, we're halfway home tonight. We got 1 more tomorrow. I'll tell you what, if you could procure some Cuban coffees for us in the morning, I will buy. Here's Estevez after Sir Anthony Dominguez got the final out in the 4th. Carlos has quite the arsenal. He saw a spinner right there to Torkelson for strike 2.
And he's really come on as one of the better closers in the game, too. Having a couple of really nice years. I did want to touch a little bit on that energy. That's something that I think, you know, over the course of this tournament, the WBC, whoa, watch out there. That one getting away from Carlos. Just kind of slips out of his hand. Luckily a little bit over the head of Torkelson. But the energy that this team is going to bring, right? I think that's something that a lot of other teams are going to have to try to match too, because they can overwhelm you. And
Torkelson, nice piece into left field, falling in front of Soto. And it's a leadoff base hit for Torkelson, who's on board for the 2nd time.
Yeah, sometimes it could just kind of overwhelm you as an opposing team, and you end up getting caught up into it. So you have to be able to match them. But Spencer right here does a nice job on one of Carlos's breaking balls, getting it up and out over the plate, and hitting a solid base hit to left field.
Which is why a week from tomorrow, it's going to be appointment viewing. The Dominican Republic and Venezuela. Bring your noisemakers. And Cole Keith having a nice night. Swings through strike 1. From last year's saves leader, Carlos Estevez, 42 of them a year ago. First year as a Royal. Was the 2nd Royal to lead the league in saves. Dan Quisenberry did it back in 1983. He's done it on A lot of stages. This one's grounded to second. Taylor made. There's the combo from the Diamondbacks. And they roll it 4-6-3. Marte and Perdomo up the middle.
Yeah, change up right here by Estevez. Gets Colt Keith out in front. But a really nice turn there by Marte and Perdomo to complete the double play.
You go back to last year's All-Star game. Estevez struck out Kyle Stowers, his teammate Fernando Tatis Jr., and Matt Olson in the 7th inning in the All-Star game. So he is built for nights like this. Laddie trying to find his way. Finally got his GPS working. Strike one on Max Clark. Clark reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd, lined out to end the 1st. A game that the Tigers led 3-0 after the top of the 2nd.
Yeah, Estevez really kind of working his off-speed pitches in this inning. A lot of sliders and changeups. Kind of trying to use the aggressiveness of some of these Tigers hitters against them. He's done a nice job keeping the guys off balance for the most part.
And I think this could be the separator for the Dominican Republic, is the depth of their bullpen. Just with the names that they've trotted out tonight, Soto, Santana, and Dominguez, now Estevez, and you still have a few bullets in the chamber, like Abner Uribe and Albert Abreu. I mean, they have so many weapons at their disposal.
Well, we've seen this, this game really turn into a game of bullpens. A lot of times throughout a major league season, it's the same thing in the WBC because, your starting pitchers are going to have some limitations on them, so you're going to want to have a strong bullpen to be able to get outs late in the game.
Clark serves it into left. Soto coming on. The shortstop Perdomo gets out there first and ends the inning. And there it is. Everybody's frozen, and we're halfway home with the DR on top, 8-4.
I am an American soldier. I am a warrior and a member of a team. I serve the people of the United States and live the Army values. I am an American soldier.
Applebee's is bringing the taste of the Big Easy to your neighborhood, starting at $11.99. Enjoy the fan-favorite Bourbon Street Pennant, the new Big Easy Burger, and the new Bayou Shrimp Bowl. That's eating good in the neighborhood.
ACE's YardRx program prescribes the best lawn care, specific to your yard's needs, delivered every season. Because when you want greener grass, less weeds, and fewer bugs, you can get a personalized prescription delivered free from the helpful folks at ACE. Subscribe now and save 20% on everything you need all year. From our store to your front door, with service so good it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Lemons. Football season's over. Oh, come on, buddy. You still got basketball, hockey, baseball, soccer, racing, tennis, and awards. Ooh, that's my favorite season. We should have a watch party. Jim Beam and lemonade. Best enjoyed together.
Arthritis causes pain in your joints. Unlike pills, Voltaren gel is applied to the site of pain, penetrating deep through the skin to the joint, reducing intense pain caused by inflammation so you can move more freely. Voltaren, clinically proven long-lasting arthritis pain relief.
Introducing the all-new MLB Plus, your ticket to streaming baseball's best. Enjoy MLB Network 24/7 with live out-of-market games and award-winning shows. Enhanced game nights with MLB Big Inning, live and commercial-free. And hear live home and away radio broadcasts of every game, blackout-free. Even stream minor league games and more. It's all here and it's all new. Get MLB Plus for just $59.99 a year. Visit MLB.com/MLB Plus.
In the next few days, the Dominican Republic is going to ship up to Miami for Pool D. Now, this is what it looks like. It starts Friday night against Nicaragua, and then Sunday, they get the day off in the middle of the weekend there against the Netherlands team that knocked them out of the 2009 WBC. Israel, and then Venezuela. That's the big matchup next Wednesday. As we get a little bit closer, the first real game of the World Baseball Classic gets underway in Tokyo tomorrow night. Steven Nelson and Jose Mota will have the call. There's Austin Wells. RBI single in the second, a strikeout victim his last time. Go back to last year, or the last tournament in 2023, the Dominican Republic lost their first game against Venezuela. They then beat Nicaragua 6-1, and then 10-run ruled Israel. But then they lost that final game to Puerto Rico, which was most remembered for Edwin Diaz tearing his patellar tendon while celebrating after he struck out the side in the ninth.
Yeah, that's kind of like worst nightmare for every team is one of your guys getting hurt in this tournament. So, you know, a little bit of give and take as far as and a little, you know, risk reward, you know, if you're a player playing in this tournament. But I mean, you can obviously see like the amount of passion and the excitement that all these guys get from playing in this. It's become something now. It means something to these guys now.
And a good spot right there, 96 from Hanafi to put down Wells. So Wells down on strikes a second time. Get a look at the heat here from Brendan Hanafi. That's right in his kitchen.
Yeah, it was a good fastball, kind of up and in. You know, just above the bat of Austin Wells there. Not quite able to get on top of that one. Perfectly located pitch by Hanafi.
You touched on it before. It's really nice when you have Geraldo Perdomo in the 9 spot. He's got an RBI fielder's choice and a single and a run.
Well, I mean, he really came on and broke out for the Diamondbacks last year from the offensive perspective.
He was their best player.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the glove has always been there. That was something I think. He's a difference-making kind of offensive player. Just the combination of a good eye at the plate, contact, with some pop in there, has turned himself into really a dynamic, complete player.
You want to talk about all-star snubs? Geraldo Perdomo might be the biggest one of them all from a year ago. He was 5th in the league in on-base percentage, tied 7th in walks, and 9th in hits. 290 average, 4th in MVP voting, but not good enough for the All-Star game, which he has played.
RBIs, Greg. That's all I'm talking about.
I mean, come
100
on.
RBIs.
This one's pulled inside of first, and he's having himself a night here on MLB Network. That's down into the corner, trying to pick up his third base coach. He gets the wave around. Here's the throw. He's in there with a triple.
Yeah, nice job by Perdomo. Just sneaks one down the right field line. And if there's one thing that every Arizona Diamondbacks player does, it's run the bases really well. You can see here, he's hitting that inside corner with that right foot to be able to get a good turn around the bases. To get a nice clean slide into third base for an easy triple.
Great job by our cameras getting a look at him, watching Carlos Fables, his third base coach. So Perdomo, 5 triples last year. His second hit brings up Fernando Tatis Jr., who's been on all 3 times. A single, an RBI double, a walk, and a run. Fernando.
You know, a lot of times, Greg, too, when you're making that round, that turn around first base, and you're looking towards over your right shoulder, right towards the right field corner. Like at that point, you're making that decision on your own. You know what you got to do to be able to get to third, and if you can make it or not. And I think in that situation, Perdomo knew, like, you know, he had the time to be able to get to third base without much of a play. And like I said, there's something, you know, Arizona, playing for Arizona for a couple of years during my career. Dave McKay, the first base and base running coach there, he makes sure those guys are turning the corners on those bags pretty sharply.
So Dave, if you're watching right now, Alex still remembers your teachings, and your current pupils have clearly paid attention. So Fernando's still in there at 2-2. Hanafi, the third pitcher out of the bullpen tonight for A.J. Hinch. And that's through the infield to score Perdomo. Fernando Tatis Jr. 3 for 3 with a couple of ribbies.
this is what makes Fernando and so many of these Dominican players so dangerous. 1-2 pitch right here. You're down in the count. Doesn't try to do too much. Stays back. Gets himself a little jammed right here, and is able to drive the run in. But it's just two-strike approach. That's what it is, Greg. Like you could tell there, 1-2 count. He's not trying to do too much and make some contact, make something happen.
Fernando gets a standing ovation on a night where he lit the fuse at the top of the order. Ahmed Rosario now pinch running, or a pinch hitting for Ketel Marte. So a couple of changes here. Regulars starting to come out in the bottom of the 5th. And it's Socrates Brito pinch running over at first for Nando.
Yeah, this pitch from Hanafi, the sinker running way in on Rosario. Gets him right in the handle.
Rosario lashes one the other way. He's in on the fun with a base hit. And ever since I made that passing comment about all the singles, this offense has erupted.
Yeah, they've come out really, swinging the bat since the last inning and just feasting on some mistakes here from these Tigers pitchers. Breaking ball kind of up in the zone, and Rosario fights it off for a base hit to right field here.
So we're going to keep an eye on the changes coming in for the Dominican Republic. Figure that the Tigers might do the same. Still early in the spring. Soto stays in, and he stays on it. A bullet into right field. Scores another DR run, and it's a 10 spot.
Yeah, we've seen an aggressive Juan Soto his last couple ABs. Gets a first pitch fastball, being aggressive with guys in scoring position right here. Base hit to right field. And Socrates Brito is able to kind of stumble and bumble into home plate here.
A little Chris Berman right there. Stumbling and bumbling. So Soto leaves to an ovation. You want to go out after doing something big. And the top of this order has done just that.
Well, you can tell this is more than just an exhibition game for this Dominican team. With kind of the story of the tragedy, the overall impact that this is having for the country, for this island. There's a lot of energy in that ballpark right now, and these guys are feeding off of it.
Well, here's the elder statesman of this group, Carlos Santana, pinch hitting for Vladdy. And even though this offense has churned out 10 runs on 13 hits, Vladdy was 0 for 3. Junior Lake, the pinch runner, on for Soto. And Santana, the veteran, staring at a strike. Carlos Santana, so smooth. Turns 40 next month. Back for his 3rd WBC. He didn't play in 2023. And he is the last player from the Dominicans' 2013 championship team that's still active in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, we came up around the same time, him with Cleveland and myself with Detroit, and played against each other in the minor leagues coming up before as well. So I know Carlos very well, and his ability to be able to put together a good quality at bat. Always had a great eye at the plate. What he's done 17 years in the big leagues is truly remarkable.
About to begin his first year with the Diamondbacks. There's certain guys you love seeing stick around. Baseball is just better with them in it. Carlos Santana certainly falls under that category.
Has been a really good Major League player for a long time.
So Hanafi trying to work his way out of the hole. And Santana makes it even harder with a base hit back through the middle. Here comes Rosario. It's a 7-run lead for the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, Hanafy's trying to go in with the fastball right here. Ball sinks out over the plate, and Carlos Santana does a nice job just hitting a base hit up the middle. Good solid contact.
10 of the last 14 Dominican hitters have base hits since the start of the 4th inning.
Hitting's contagious.
Well, in that case, everybody's sick. Very sick right now. That's not Manny Machado. He takes outside, ball 1. So Manny's night is done after that long home run back in the 4th. Michael De Leon is the batter. So we're seeing some guys who are not on the official roster but are part of that floating squad. Michael De Leon being one of them. Socrates Brito, who scored as a pinch runner for Tatis earlier, also part of that player pool.
Yeah, that one stings right there. De Leon getting one off the shin. That's never a good feeling. Just shake that one off. He's got adrenaline pumping through those veins right now.
Yeah, you're still feeling those all these years later. Two and one from Hanafy, who's approaching 30 pitches. All the big names are starting to filter into the dugout for the Dominican Republic, and now a grounder to second. McKinstry goes to the bag and then back to first for a double play. And the Tigers desperately needed that to escape the 5th. But the Tigers tack on 3 more. At the end of 5, they're up 11-4.
Moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms can keep you out of the picture. Now, there's Sky Rizzy.
I've got places to go and I'm feeling free. Control of my symptoms means everything to me. Control is everything to me.
Get back in the picture. Sky Rizzy is proven to help deliver relief, repair, and remission. Feel significant symptom relief as early as 4 weeks. Sky Rizzy is proven to help visibly repair damage of the intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year, and help people achieve lasting remission.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or UC.
Ready to get back in the picture with Sky Rizzy?
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and UC combined.
Hey, buddy.
Morning.
I'm a stickler for good dental care.
Me too.
Ooh, looking sharp today. But even if we take care of our teeth, we can still get...
No, please don't say it.
A big dental bill. That's why dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company is important. Now, this isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. It helps pay for over 400 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures.
That's a lot.
It's easy to find out more. Just call or go online now to get your free information kit with all the details. This dental insurance helps you pay for routine care and expensive major procedures, all with no deductibles and no annual maximums. You can even keep your dentist. Why pay more for dental care? Get your free info kit and start saving today. Call or visit physiciansmutualdental.com. Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
There is nothing like baseball on a global stage where samurais swing bats and stadiums become orchestras. The World Baseball Classic returns tomorrow. Scan the QR code to see the full schedule. Expect everything. And if you've been scoring this game, you can expect everything because the Dominican Republic has gone to the well. They've made numerous defensive changes. They've also gone back to the bullpen. It's Abner Uribe taking over here in the 6th.
No, that's why, Greg, there's not a single mark on my scorecard, because I knew where this game was going to go. I'll let you take care of that.
That's my job. You just hang and sit tight. First pitch outside, so I'm going to get the changes to you as I write them in. That's how we're going to do this. So right now, we've got Agustin Ramirez back behind the plate in place of Austin Wells. O'Neal Cruz in center field for Julio, and then Jeremy Pena in at shortstop for Geraldo Perdomo. Michael De Leon over at third for Manny Machado. And there's a strike, 1-2 from Uribe.
Yeah, Uribe really coming in, pumping the heat already. 101 with that first pitch, 99 to 100.
See, that's the problem with all these changes. I can't even appreciate 101 right now. I got to make sure that all the bookkeeping is kept in order. Nice job by McKinstry to fight it off. Still 1-2.
Well, Uribe with one of the best fastballs in baseball. You know, he's got, I mean, I call it a fastball, they call it a sinker. Statcast does, but you know, anywhere from 98 to 101. And then he's got that slider right there, devastating slider that, I mean, if you're a hitter, you got to pick one or the other. It's really tough to cover both.
All right, so I think we got it, partner. Ahmed Rosario's at second. Carlos Santana's at first. Socrates Brito's in right. Junior Lake's in left. And now we can focus on Abner Uribe with another 1-2.
Oh, that was a nice job on your part, getting through that, getting all those changes.
You know what? You watch enough hockey, you used to guys 5 at a time jumping over the boards. In this case, we just switched all 9. No big deal. 7, 8, and 9 here for the Tigers. And McKinstry waves at it for out number 1.
Yeah, that's what Uribe can do to you right here with that big fastball. It gets you to commit to pitches that you really don't want to commit, and gets McKinstry chasing outside the zone right there on a breaking ball.
You know, Abner Uribe is so young, turns 26 in June. I could see him playing in 2 more of these when all's said and done. And he has that kind of weaponry.
Well, I mean, for someone that throws as hard as he does, and as, you know, as violent as he kind of comes at you, you know, he's able to kind of, you know, bring down that walk rate a little bit each and every year, you know, to really hone in and fill up the strike zone. That's always going to be the key with guys that throw with big velocities, being able to throw enough strikes to get the hitter to commit.
Pat Murphy loved him last year, used him quite a bit in the playoffs, including 3 of the 4 in the NLCS sweep against the Dodgers. Abner Uribe last year, 3-2, 1.67 ERA in 75 games. So you pair him with Trevor McGill. You have 2 of the hardest throwers in the sport, covering the late innings from Milwaukee. Tyrone Lorenzo, the DH tonight for the Tigers. 1 for 2 with a single and a run. We love A.J. Hinch because he hasn't made any changes to his lineup up to this point. 3-1.
Oh, that's just not fair right there.
No, it's not.
3-1, you know, as a hitter up there with the guy that throws 98, 99, you're kind of expecting fastball the way right there, trying to gear up to catch up to it, and he drops in a slider backdoor to get back to this count.
Looking from the extreme first base side. Is that a sword? I think we got one. That's a nasty slider from Uribe. Back-to-back punch-outs here in the 6th.
Yeah, he's able to get back in the count with a 3-1 slider. And after throwing it for a strike, that's how you get the chase after that. You throw the strike to ball one after throwing it for a strike to prove that you can do that, and you get the chase.
Jake Rogers trying to erase an 0 for 2. A couple of strikeouts in the 2nd and the 4th.
You know, I was just taking a look at Ramirez's catching gear back there. He's got 1 blue shin guard and 1 red shin guard.
I can't say I've ever seen that before.
No, that's on par though.
And I'd imagine that if he tried that in a big league game, that would not be allowed.
Well, I think that, you know, there's certain times where you can, you know, he's showing some national pride right there with the colors on the catching gear. I like that. But you know, sometimes, you know, for those special days, Mother's Day, Father's Day, you get a little extra flair in your gear.
Listen, I'm for the multicolored equipment. I just don't want to see him get sent to the principal's office if he tries bringing it back to the U.S. Jake Rogers is not a guy that's going to be wearing colorful gear behind the plate. He is gritty, hard-nosed, Canyon, Texas kid. Tarek Skubal's personal catcher 2 years ago for his first Cy Young year. And it's all come full circle for him because he was one of the 3 players that came to Detroit in the trade that sent Justin Verlander to the Astros.
Yeah, how about that? Now he's catching him.
And Uribe strikes out the side, firing bullets and taming the Tigers. A little celebration at the end. Well deserved. All DR in Santo Domingo tonight.
To those who never got over Olive Garden's braised beef tortelloni, and those who rallied to bring back ravioli to Portobello, we're obsessed that you're still obsessed. So we're bringing back fan favorites for a limited time, starting at $12.99.
So guys, just smile and say, switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes and get an iPhone 17 on them, no trade-in needed.
Why can't we just say cheese?
Okay, cheese.
Now you can switch to T-Mobile in just 15 minutes and get a new iPhone 17 on us. No trade-in needed.
The World Baseball Classic. It's about pride, passion, country.
Small country, big dreams.
For some, it's about redemption.
See the emotions right there.
For all of us, it's a chance to be remembered long after the final out.
The best against the best.
Because this is more than a tournament.
Trout strikes out swinging.
This is the World Baseball Classic.
MLB Network has the offseason covered. Start the day with the leadoff spot. Then take a spin on the rumor mill with Hot Stove. And cap off the day with MLB Tonight. The offseason coverage never stops on MLB Network. The World Baseball Classic is right around the corner. Wednesday on MLB Network. It's the Detroit Tigers and the Dominican Republic at 2 Eastern. All this and more on MLB Network.
Thought they were cooling off on the sidelines? Well, they're just getting warmed up.
Surprise! DirecTV got hot.
Hey, you know, I played in high school.
Really?
Well, I went to high school. I didn't go to high school.
Anyway, it's never been easier to keep up with your favorite sports on live TV and streaming apps.
So hot.
Wait, there's no ice in yours.
Why would I ruin a perfectly good bath?
In between innings, Dominican Republic manager Albert Pujols went out to talk to the umpires, perhaps to see if there are mercy rules in effect tonight. But boy, he stands in some rarefied air, and I've met him. He's tall, so he's up there even more than I am. But most career home runs as a player who eventually managed the WBC team. And we've got Andrew Jones for the Netherlands this year, Mike Piazza for Team Italy. Just added to the list of achievements.
Don't be remiss, Sadahara O there with 860 career home runs in Japan. The great Sadahara O.
New pitcher for the Tigers, lefty Brian Sammons. And he gets Caminero still in the game as the DH, and you can't take this guy out right now. He's 3 for 3. And 2 singles and a solo home run the other way.
Yeah, he's really kind of come on and been feeding off this crowd. He just looks comfortable and ready. Already in mid-season form, it seems like, for Junior.
Lots been made about his defense over at third. He's talked about wanting to win a Gold Glove, and I think he's going to have his work cut out for him, but certainly athletic enough to make strides over there this year. Also have to adjust to playing back inside of Tropicana Field. How about a 4 for 4 night for the 22-year-old?
Yeah, just a fantastic night so far for Junior. 4 for 4, gets a breaking ball up in the zone, and just he generates so much bat speed and whip with that swing of his that, you know, really doesn't matter. He can handle any pitch really in any zone. Line to line hitter, power to all fields. You know, one thing they were talking about, like, you knew he was going to have the power, but he was going to be able to put together and be a complete hitter, and he showed that last year and is on his way for what looks like to be another great year with a little WBC mixed in here.
O'Neill Cruz, first time at the plate, takes over for Julio Rodriguez in center field. Julio came up 3 times, walked twice. Well, early looks here. Haven't seen a whole lot of O'Neill Cruz in the Grapefruit League, but it looks like he's made some tweaks to his stance.
Well, he has made adjustments, and he has talked about actually, you know, being able to handle left-handed pitching much better than he has so far in his career. Actually hired a personal left-handed batting practice thrower for the offseason to be able to practice a little bit more.
That's just unlucky. Right at Torkelson, right at Chris Myers over at first, just came on in place of Torkelson. And the lineout doubles up Caminero. He had no chance to get back.
Yeah, he stays on this breaking ball really nice and hits a missile, just, you know, wrong place, wrong time, right at the first baseman. But yeah, getting back to O'Neill, like he made it a point this offseason, like he wanted to absolutely improve against left-handed pitching, and had a nice at-bat there against him.
So the same thing here. We're going to get the Tigers changes for you as I fill them out. We got Bennett Lee behind the plate. Jack Penny's at second now. Gage Workman over at third. We saw Chris Myers over there at first make the play. And the veteran Corey Julks out in left field for Riley Green. Special assist right there for our ace researcher, Sam Auerbach, for keeping us up to date. Well, Sam, you've officially been hired for the high school All-American game. Good luck in August. 2-0, Rip foul. Because there are no rules in that. That's a story for another time. So the starters to come out: McKinstry, Green, Torkelson, Keith, and Rogers.
Heads up in that camera, Will.
Look alive.
Ramirez had a nice rookie season last year for the Marlins. You know, hitting 21 home runs and 67 RBIs. He finished 6th in the Rookie of the Year voting. I mean, he can swing the bat. He can really hit. It's a work in progress behind the plate. But if there's one thing that he definitely has, it's the hit tool.
So part of a larger conversation, which hopefully we can get to here with the 3-2 and 2 outs, but because there are more holes in his defensive game, what would you work on with him first? You can't do everything all at once. What would be priority number 1 with him defensively?
Well, he needs to learn how to, you know, as far as his positioning, his footwork. Look at that. There's the bat.
He said he could hit. He heard you.
I think what he's done a lot over the course of last season and even the previous season, as we see here, just he's got a violent swing from the left side, but you know, makes a good amount of contact. For a young guy, has a very mature approach, and has always been able to really swing the bat. But behind the plate, you know, struggled a bit, not just a bit, but he struggled defensively and had some really tough games where he was trying to kind of toe the line of helping his pitcher when it comes to framing, but also making sure that he was in the right position to catch the ball, block the ball, and throw runners out. So there's still a lot of work when it comes to his setup and his footwork that he's trying to accomplish there in order to make him comfortable to be able to do all 3 of those facets well as a big league catcher. So that work continues.
I was going to say, that does not happen overnight. Jeremy Pena's first AB fights one off, a ball and a strike. How about Geraldo Perdomo in the 9 spot? I think Alex teed it up perfectly. Imagine having this guy in your 9 hole, and here's what you can dream up tonight: an RBI, a single, a triple, and 2 runs. Jeremy Pena, former World Series MVP. He'd been an All-Star last year, but got hurt and was replaced, but really put together a nice year for the Astros.
Yeah, he's really started to come onto his own, having that sensational, you know, playoff run in his rookie season with the Astros. You know, has battled some injuries, but he looks great in a baseball uniform, and I just love his athleticism.
Works the count in his favor, 3-1. He was officially an all-star, but was unable to play in the game because he was on the IL. The 2022 season that Alex referenced, the Gold Glove, ALCS, and World Series MVP. And now a fly into right field. This one is back, this one's carrying, and this one is off the wall. Jeremy Pena is going for 3. And he's got it no problem. An RBI triple and another run for the Dominican.
Yeah, Pena just gets a pitch on the outer half right here, and that just shows his strength and his power, being able to drive this ball to right field. Perez does a nice job trying to track it, but trying to find the wall at the same time comes up a little bit short, and because of that carom, Pena is able to go all the way around to third.
Jeremy Pena hit 2 triples last year. He was 5th in the AL with a .304 average. And he is a great guy to have if you're not going to start him. Seems like everybody in this game in the Dominican lineup has a hit, and that's what it feels like. 12 runs, 17 hits. Strike on Socrates Brito. First plate appearance, came out as a pinch runner for Tatis in the 5th. Year-old Brian Salmon trying to send this game to the 7th. And there's Jack Penny tested, throwing out Brito to retire the side. But the Dominican Republic adds another run. They've scored in 4 of their 6 innings tonight and take control going to the 7th.
The World Baseball Classic is right around the corner. Wednesday on MLB Network. It's the Detroit Tigers and the Dominican Republic at 2 Eastern. All this and more on MLB Network.
Lemons. Football season's over. Oh, come on, buddy. You still got basketball, hockey, baseball, soccer, racing, tennis, and awards. Ooh, that's my favorite season. We should have a watch party.
Jim Beam and Lemonade. Best enjoyed together.
Josh, you're a pro baller, podcaster, and a wine connoisseur. Is there anyone doing as much as you right now?
Only Tommy John. They're doing the most. Soft, stylish, and supportive. This is underwear with game.
Applebee's is bringing a taste of the Big Easy to your neighborhood, serving up all the Cajun flavors you've been craving, starting at just $11.99, like the fan-favorite Bourbon Street Chicken and Andouille Penne. The new mouth-watering Big Easy Burger. And the new Cajun-style Bayou Shrimp Bowl. So come on in and bring the whole neighborhood to the table. A taste of the Big Easy, starting at just $11.99. That's eating good in the neighborhood.
Being a business owner takes hard work and a whole lot of miles. We chose the Capital One Venture X business card. We earn unlimited double miles on every purchase. And with big purchasing power, we can spend more and earn more. What's in your wallet?
Let's go. Degree Clinical 5X. Protection for 5 types of sweat? Let's see. No sweat. No sweat. No sweat. Personal questions getting too personal? No sweat. Time to give them a show they didn't ask for. See? No sweat. New Degree Clinical 5X, the strongest degree ever.
MLB Tonight spring training coverage continues every day on MLB Network. Tune in for exclusive interviews with the biggest stars, complete highlights, and reactions from the day's spring action, as well as analysis of the day's biggest news. MLB Tonight spring training edition every day on MLB Network. The pitcher for the Dominican Republic is Yankees right-hander Camilo Doval. And as you get a look inside of Santo Domingo's Estadio Quisqueya Juan Marichal. Something that we haven't really talked about, Alex, in the midst of all this offense, the relievers that have been trotting out of the DR bullpen tonight have locked it down.
Yeah, Albert has definitely have a stable of fantastic arms coming out of that Dominican bullpen. And Duvall, you know, with the Giants and Yankees last year, you can see his numbers right there, throwing to a 3.58 ERA. 72 strikeouts to the 35 walks, but another big arm for this bullpen. Big fastball with that slider combination. Has had some bouts with some walks in the past, but another option for Albert Pujols with some real good swing and miss stuff, and can really shut down any lineup.
The stories tonight: the Dominican offense erupting in the 4th and the 5th, and Kevin McGonigal, baseball's consensus number 2 prospect, who's driven in 3 of the 4 Tigers runs.
Yeah, the quality of his at-bats tonight, he's definitely been the story on the Tigers side, trying to do everything he can to make that ball club. He's really put on a great showing tonight.
Got it started with a solo shot on the very first pitch from Luis Severino. And a really good take right there on a tough pitch from Doval.
Yeah, I mean, some of his at-bats, like you said, the takes he's making, right there definitely holds up, doesn't go on that one.
Is he doing a little Soto right there?
Yeah, a little Soto shuffle.
A little Soto going on. 2-1. He just looks polished,
Well, he looks comfortable.
Oh, man.
He looks hitterish up there right now. Like, you can tell he's seeing the ball really, really well. You can see it there. Some of those scouting notes right there. They're calling him arguably one of the best hitting prospects of the 2020s. Right there, just missing one on another good swing. Like his at bats, like he seems like he's on everything. He's seeing the ball really well. So, it's going to be a tough decision, I think, for AJ and his staff as far as whether they take him to Detroit or not to start the year.
Arizona Fall League MVP back in November. Midwest League Prospect of the Year last year. Great shot from behind the plate of Doval getting ready. Florida State League MVP 2 years ago from McGonigal. And boy, he has lived up to every bit of hype. The kid is on a tear, and he's 3 for 3. And how cool is that? He gets to hug the 39-year-old who probably could drive him to the field tomorrow in Carlos Santana.
Well, he gets a breaking ball slider here from Duvall, and it's a nice hard base hit to right field, and that's going to be his night.
I was going to say, go out on top, young man. Nicely done. Kevin McGonigal, one of his first big showings on national TV here on MLB Network. A perfect 3 for 3. With 3 RBIs for the Tigers. And now the veteran Corey Julks getting his first AB in place of Riley Green. Woody Hadeen, the pinch runner, now at first. Julks in the air to left center. O'Neill Cruz makes the play.
Yeah, nice seeing Cruz getting some reps out in center field. That's another thing that I think in his game, really been working hard at for the Pirates. Had some struggles out defensively in center field, and wanting to be more of a complete player. He's got all the tools, so looking for him to really start to put it together.
And what I think will help him too this year, Alex, is the big bats that they brought in. Guys like Ozuna to clog up the middle of the order. I mean, they brought in 69 home runs, so suddenly O'Neill Cruz does not have to be the focal point of the lineup with Brian Reynolds. I think it makes him more of a secondary piece, which I think for right now is a good spot for him. And there's a nice piece from Wencel Perez, his second single of the night. So he's 2 out of 4.
Yeah, Wencel gets another breaking ball from Duvall there up over the plate, kind of gets underneath it, does a nice job of driving it to right field.
Chris Myers on his way to the plate for the first time in place of Spencer Torkelson, and Perez, like McGonigal, comes out after a single.
He's excited to be able to put a good showing on in front of his home crowd and some family and friends as well.
Strike 1 from Doval, who's going to have a much bigger role this year for the Yankees. Came over at the deadline, and if you look at the Yankees' offseason moves, really didn't do a whole lot to alter their bullpen. So Doval now a full-time member, plus the losses of Luke Weaver and Devin Williams to the Mets.
Yeah, I think between him and Bednar, that's a pretty good combination at the back end of games right there for him.
We'll see the Renegade with Team USA. Had a great time with you last night, by the way, doing that Team USA preview show. And a swing and a miss. That one rising out of the zone. Doval's got the strikeout. He might have thought there were 3 outs. Let's stick around for one more.
Yeah, his fastball right here just got so much run to the arm side right there, where he's able to get the chase off the plate.
Well, Colt Keith came out earlier for Gage Workman. So you look, it wasn't all bad for the Tigers. 1 through 5 in the order. You look at McGonigal with his night. And then Perez and Keith with a couple of base hits.
A lot of guys with some high numbers in the game right now. That's all right. I remember I had number 75 my first.
That was your first one?
Yeah.
You didn't care. It had the Tigers on it. You were happy.
Yeah, I was in big league camp.
Ball 1 on Gage Workman. See his numbers from a year ago. Got a couple of espressos with the Chicago teams. Tapper back to Doval, gets up for it, and funnels it to Santana to end the inning. 2 singles, nothing else for the Tigers. They haven't scored since the 4th. Time to stretch in Santo Domingo. They're having a party tonight.
Thinking of updating my kitchen? Yeah. Yes. This year, we are finally updating our kitchen. Doing subway tile and an ivory or eggshell. Cream, maybe bone. Don't get me started on quartz. Big island. You ever heard of a waterfall
For everyone who talks about doing that thing,
And over there,
but never does that thing,
sweet little breakfast nook.
Chase has financial guidance.
See how you can start saving to make this happen.
Really?
Really?
Really.
At home or in person.
You could also check out a Chase Money Skills workshop.
That's guidance from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
Advil liquid gels are faster and stronger than Tylenol rapid release gels. Also from Advil, Advil Targeted Relief, the only topical with 4 powerful pain-fighting ingredients that start working on contact and lasts up to 8 hours.
To those who never got over Olive Garden's braised beef tortelloni, and those who rallied to bring back ravioli to Portobello, we're obsessed that you're still obsessed. So we're bringing back fan favorites for a limited time, starting at $12.99.
AMC is the new home of TNA Thursday Night Impact,
We are witnessing a golden era.
where drama goes next level.
It will be carnage.
TNA Thursday Night Impact, every Thursday at 9 on AMC. Stream on AMC+.
That's rough. But hey, with SafeLight, you can get that fixed any way you want.
Any way I want.
It's your windshield. Get it fixed any way you want with SafeLight.
SafeLight repair, SafeLight replace.
Every legend starts somewhere. Not in the spotlight, but in the work. It starts here, dialing in your swing, leveling up your look. Then, it clicks. You're locked in. From repping your country on the world stage to building a ball club. It's your journey, your moment, your show. Make your mark. Become a legend.
Rated E for everyone.
MLB Plus is new for 2026. Watch live games and exclusive shows on MLB Network, plus live radio broadcasts of every game and access to Big Inning. That's a pretty good show, as well as minor league action. Get MLB Plus for $59.99 a year. Back here with Alex Avila, I'm Greg Caserta. So good to be with you for the first of 2 exhibitions here at Estadio Quisqueya Juan Marichal, which can be a mouthful, but I think if you really think it out, you can get through it.
Yeah, I've played a few games in that stadium, and
Rosario right at Workman. That one ate him up. Karam's into foul ground. Not really sure if that took a hop on him. Ahmed Rosario, second straight inning, he gets on base.
yeah, it looks like here on this ground ball, just kind of trying to stays back, and it kind of caroms up and takes a funky hop on Workman, not able to kind of corral that and make the scoop, but ends up being in there.
So a couple of changes here for the Tigers. Woody Hadeen still at shortstop for Kevin McGonigal. Max Clark actually stayed in the game. He goes from center to right for Wencel Perez. And now Seth Stevenson takes over in center. After the error by Workman, a big swing by Junior Lake for strike one. Junior Lake, a late add to this Dominican Republic team. The Johan Rojas no longer eligible to play in this World Baseball Classic. Ground ball to third, a chance for Workman to redeem himself. The flip and the turn, not in time to get two.
Yeah, with the slow roller here from Lake. Workman does a nice job to be able to get the feed there, but Lake running, hustling down the line, and is able to beat the throw from the second baseman, and the Tigers have to settle for one.
Junior's played primarily in the Dominican Winter League for Leones. Last year in the Mexican League, he had quite the year. 299, 16 homers, and 60 ribbies in just 89 games.
Well, he's always had the power. It was just a matter of him trying to be able to be a little more consistent when it came to making contact, but he definitely has power.
There's Carlos Santana, an RBI single his first time. I think it's got to be for the young guys that know Carlos Santana, his fellow countrymen. They have to be giving him a lot of ribbing in that clubhouse as the grandpa of this group.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that while I'm sitting here having played against Carlos for as long as I did, because it's hard to think of like, okay, we're about 40 years old, how he's like one of the elder statesmen on that team.
Slow roller to third. Everything's finding Workman, and he has another issue with it. Nothing's been routine. These three balls hit to third.
Yeah, Workman, who's typically pretty sure-handed in the field, on a slow roller up here, kind of indecisive whether he was going to try to go to second base or just get the out at first. In those situations, a lot of times you want to just be able to, get one, but just ends up misplaying that. Usually pretty sure-handed.
Quick mound visit from Bennett Lee. He goes out to calm down the left-hander Brian Sammons.
Yeah, I think in that situation right there, they're just kind of going through signs. I don't think they're using pitch comm in this game, so with a guy on second base trying to decide whether they're going to use multiple signs or just go with the one sign.
Ends up being an infield single for Carlos Santana, 2 for 2. 12 runs, 18 hits for the Dominican Republic squad. Michael De Leon, the batter. Check down at first. No swing, says Brian Honor. You be the judge.
Well, let's take a look at it here. Borderline right there. A lot of times, it's the umpire's judgment whether he win or not. Some guys try to look for the break of the wrist or if it crosses the plate.
Grounded to short, and somehow they get the flip off. Had a chance to end it with a double play, but Hadeen juggled it. He was able to recover and flip it to Penny for the force.
Yeah, some defensive miscues here for the Tigers in this inning right here. Just not able to get a handle on the ball. What would have been a routine double play ends up being just the one out at second base. Good recover, though.
Tigers were a top 10 team in defensive runs saved a year ago. They've had a case of the juggles here in the 7th. Runners at the corners. And ball one up top. Mel Rojas Jr. taking over for Junior Caminero, who finishes up 4 for 4 in his first exhibition. All right, Mel. Your turn. Ball and a strike. It's an 8-run game, but they're still screaming.
Well, yeah, the energy in that place, that's not going away, no matter what.
Did you have mostly positive experiences playing there?
Oh, I had an absolute great time playing winter ball in the Dominican. It's a fantastic experience. I would always tell guys, you know, after that, and I grew up, you know, going to the Dominican quite a bit and spending summers as a kid there with my grandfather. But playing winter ball there, you know, I tell guys coming up, you know, especially American guys, to take that opportunity to go, if you have that opportunity, to experience something different, you know, because it's a great form of baseball.
Good spot right there from Salmons. He freezes Rojas and ends the bottom of the 7th. 2 left at the corners. We're on to the 8th.
MLB Tonight is back in mid-season form, bringing the latest buzz from every camp.
This team is built to win and win right now.
Plus, exclusive access to live pre- and post-game coverage from the World Baseball Classic on MLB Tonight.
Thought they were cooling off on the sidelines? Well, they're just getting warmed up.
Surprise, DirecTV got hot.
Hey, you know, I played in high school.
Really?
Well, I went to high school. I didn't go to high school.
Anyway, it's never been easier to keep up with your favorite sports on live TV and streaming apps.
So hot.
Wait, there's no ice in yours.
Why would I ruin a perfectly good bath?
Arthritis causes pain in your joints. Unlike pills, Voltaren gel is applied to the site of pain, penetrating deep through the skin to the joint, reducing intense pain caused by inflammation so you can move more freely. Voltaren, clinically proven, long-lasting arthritis pain relief.
Josh, you're a pro baller, podcaster, and a wine connoisseur. Is there anyone doing as much as you right now?
Only Tommy John. They're doing the most. Soft, stylish, and supportive. This is underwear with game.
ACE's YardRx program prescribes the best lawn care specific to your yard's needs, delivered every season. Because when you want greener grass, less weeds, and fewer bugs, you can get a personalized prescription delivered free from the helpful folks at ACE. Subscribe now and save 20% on everything you need all year. From our store to your front door, with service so good it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Lemons.
Football season's over.
Oh, come on, buddy. You still got basketball, hockey, baseball, soccer, racing, tennis, and awards. Ooh, that's my favorite season.
We should have a watch party.